Hi class, I just wanted to give you some video feedback for your portfolios. And for this professional site, I look at these as a first-time user so that I can give you legit feedback. And, so if there are things that you have written to explain something, that won't be considered right now, not while I am going through this, all right? This is just going to be how I navigate and understand your site as someone who's never visited. All right, so Greg, I love how clean it is. I don't yet know exactly what you do when I look at it, so I need to know that when it says a look at my work, I need to know right here, you could just put welcome, or you could take this off and just put your name and then put your service here a little bit smaller or lighter, maybe a one-word light font. This looks really good, but this one would have to be caps just like that. All right. So right now I'm seeing at least 3 fonts. There could be another, but I think that might be the same as this. This, I don't know if that's the same as this or not, because I don't see a lowercase t here, so I can't tell, but double check. Make sure you're just sticking to these 2 fonts, all right? This is a third, so you got to be careful. I would probably put something like that here, if you want to use that in a bold, maybe. I like how clean it is. I really do. This is a placeholder, so everyone, your goal is to eliminate all placeholders and, all placeholder text and images and anything from the template. That has to be done. All right, so I want you to do that as soon as you get this feedback. If you do nothing else, take out all the things that don't belong to you. Okay. Good. Let's fix that spelling here. All the spelling. Everybody, make sure you download Chrome app language tool. It's one of the best ones that I've seen yet, and make sure that you are using it for everything. Okay, I have to use it. If you see any misspellings, it's because I didn't use it, so I try to remember always to use it. This is probably a stock image. It doesn't look as common, but it is. And so what I recommend is that you guys get a really sharp image from taking your own shot. Have your friends, you've all got computers and plugs. I mean, come on, you can try it. If it doesn't work out, then use stock. But if you are a content developer, for a writer, it's not so bad. For an audio engineer, not so bad. But if you're a content creator, it has to be original work. If you're a photographer or cinematographer, it absolutely has, everything on it has to be yours, okay, and needs to be sharp. If there's just a few things that have to happen, in focus, good lighting, that is, the light is coming between the camera and the subject that you're shooting, and composition, how it's cropped, all right? Those 3 things are a minimum. When you shoot a profile of someone, portrait, make sure you get the catch light in the eye, get it that sharp. Okay, and then your lighting is probably right. Okay, reword this. You've got spacing issues and it's incomplete. Even if it's a see all, if this picks up somewhere. And, okay. Okay. All right, so take care of this. You want original images, and you're going to want original posts. Otherwise, you're going to take the blog and disable it, okay? Your schoolwork, guys, doesn't go, at least your blog work and your RISE reviews, those don't go on your site. Projects that you create, such as graphics and things like that, they can go on your site. We can even show websites on your site, okay? Embedding that. So this is your about. Put a nice image of yourself here. I'm sorry that they don't have the catch light there, but sunglasses are not always the best usually for a profile shot, a professional shot. And then tell us something about yourself here rather than in your blog. So this is going to be an important page. This so far is not, unless it's original, and so far it isn't, so disable it for sure. We don't have things that say coming soon. And this is going to be on everybody's, you just happen to be the first student. This is looking good, but how about a little picture of you and some solid colors back here? You probably have a photo of you that you could reduce down if it's sharp enough. Otherwise, try and take one. Okay, probably don't need this, okay, so disable that. But it's a good template for you. It's a nice, simple template. Okay. You're going to need to say what you do. Clearer. Okay, but, just put your original work in here, okay? It's great if you are a photographer or do graphics and you can put your image here and tell us a little bit about it, how you created it, what the goals were, the asset title, things like that, okay? That is going to the same place as what I can do, so you're going to have to re-anchor some things, figure that out. And, okay. Okay, let's fix the reflow on this. Okay, I like that. But we got to do something here. Now watch how this overlaps, everybody. You're going to want to freeze that. And you can go up in your editor here and select freeze for your navigation, for your menu. All right, okay. Good start, and I would love to see that updated really soon, so that by the time you get out of this class this week, you have something to come back to, because you will all have me again. Let's left align everything. Let's remove this, and okay, let's update your copyright for sure. You mean whether WH. Make sure everybody is using spell checker. Also, this is a different font than this. Everybody wants one font, one single font. This is a different one. This is a different one. This is a different one. We've got to get all these down into just one font for headers and one for body copy. If you have all caps here on one header, you want all caps on the other. What I would do here, Oswaldo, can I call you Oz? I don't know. You let me know. But what I would do is have this on a resume page. So make sure we have some navigation. And then click on this and do it more like this color in black. Reverse that into black and white. Have your about start something like this. We've got a little ways to go on this for sure. We need to have, that shouldn't be there. Okay, good. Let's align this. Either link this back to the owners of this. Rename your files. It says graphic designer and soundtrack submitter. So did you do titling or the whole logo? Help us understand that, okay? But this just goes on one page, all right? But you do want to get into this stuff. This could be on a page by itself right here. You could say works and then be very clear about your role. And that could land right here, and you'll have a fixed navigation up somewhere. This can go on your contact page, so it doesn't need to be there. You're going to simplify is the thing. Take this off and just put your name up here in a font that you like. Take that off and then just get right into here. So it's going to look like works, your name up here, navigation over here. These should go to your sites, but always you guys embed your videos where you can, because you don't want to send people off your site. Ways to go here, all right? Okay, good start. Make sure we're not overlapping anything. Everything has to have padding, everything, whether that's underneath or what have you. I feel like I want to click here, so maybe it shouldn't be a button like this. Maybe just down here you say video editing and you shorten that and shorten that. Watch your spelling, everybody. Okay, that might need a bit of an outline so we don't lose that. Just work on the shapes, keep working on them. You want to say prompt, and let's call this maybe prompt news. That might be what you're going for. Yeah, let's try prompt everywhere. Remember, if you're going to have anything from a blog, it has to be original. Okay, so here's the thing. Obviously, we don't expect someone who delivering the news to necessarily create their own images. So just make sure these are all free because you guys will be under the fair use law as students until you graduate. The day you graduate, you could be sued if you have somebody else's material. We got to have navigation, got to. So be sure to include that. An about section and a contact. Okay, you could have a page that says news and then start putting news there. That's relevant. You know, maybe it's even your viewpoint. Got to have navigation, but it's clean. All right, we need padding here. Okay, and the really nice logo. We have everything as serif. So mix it with one serif and one sans serif. Like make this, you know, one or the other. Either that serif and this sans serif are reversed. But I do like this. It's a great photo. Make sure even your thumbnails, everybody, are not clipped off. Okay. This is great. Very stark white background. You could even put a shade of this behind it. That would be so easy to key if it's not already. Just watch out for the little hair wisps here. And you could put just, it does match the white, but it's just a little too stark. So you could go in, select that, key it into another, you know, really light shade of this or real light shade of this, something that works for you. Align everything and give everything the same treatment. You've got a drop shadow on this, but not on this. One or the other. Keep everything short and sweet. Give a lot of space to the asset description. When what we should see is the asset here, asset here, asset here, description underneath it, or up and down with description beside it, right? So we can see the work. Right now we see the description of it a little better. Okay. Okay. Here's the thing. You want to have just probably one or two, no more than, like this one, you have too many that are the same. They're all three of those are full shots, full body shots. All right, I get it because there's these wings, but really you just need to choose one because it gets redundant. Okay, so look at everything, you know, do you want to take that out? Those kinds of things. These are going on your site. This you wouldn't have to, but you don't have the highlight in the face or the eye like you do here. You know, you've got the face lit up. So you need to make some choices and just use your best work. Okay. And then make them look as good as you can. Okay, so see, you're not going to put two of these. If that's yours, that's good. And that's good. That works okay. But it's clipped. And that definitely works. But not two. Although I like the expression. Maybe you just choose this one. You know, it looks a little animated with two, and that's good. This has a chain link fence, and you might want to take this out. That kind of thing. Right? Think about your whole photo and how good you can get it. I want to see these. This is what is intriguing me. That I've seen because it's a student work, but this is 2 lines. We need them all to be 1 line or all 2 lines, but I would say all 1 line. And it's good. This is 3. That's 3. This is what you definitely need. It's better if we don't cut that off. Think about that in the future when you're creating work. Those are some of your projects. Which means that's where these go. That's where this goes. Okay, all those go on your projects. We've got projects here, but when we hit the projects here, we come to another page. And I like this page. So maybe it shouldn't. See, this is working better. Much better. Even clipped, it's better. This one holds it together, to tell you the truth, because it's so symmetrical. I hope this is yours. Could be. Because I want to see more of that. For sure. All right. Here we go. So finally, I'm getting into this stuff. All right. It took too long to get here. This is really one page. This is your projects page. You say personal projects, but it's really projects. Okay, so let's not send them into so many different places. This looks good. It's laid out great. These could be a part of your project too. You want to enter all this text. I know you've done a good job to lay it out, but it has to be entered. And so it's searchable, and you want to allow room around everything. So if we're looking at, you could just put this on your contact page. This could go just to here with the bottom right here, footer. Okay, that's super cute. Okay, so you don't need this on every page. We want to get into this a little quicker. This can go at the bottom. I think you already have it, except for your address. But you have to be very mindful of your address. Make sure these hook up, especially LinkedIn, to your originals. These work, but I guess I would pull them up so you can get into this quicker. And then have any of your other content down here, but not so much. Don't duplicate anything. Don't duplicate that. I wouldn't put your apartment number on your website either. Okay, so take that off. You've got Winter Park, Florida. You can put the zip there. Take that out and get into that quickly, because we've got all this headspace before we get into the content, which is what we tell them we're going to have when we get there. That's what makes it important. I think photography is going to be a part of your works, part of your project, and then you're just going to have them, and it can be a drop down where they can anchor it to that. But it's a great start. It's a terrific start. You're at a place where you can start to tweak it and get it just right. All right. Let's see. Yes, you have this on every page. Okay, just a little streamlining and consolidating. Nice work. Don't have anything duplicated on your site. All right, no images duplicated. Ordinarily, these don't make great logos. I'm just going to leave it alone for now. Ordinarily, they don't reduce well, but we'll look at that later. Nice, everything's clean. I love these images.
Hi, my name is Jessica Malinchescu, aka Jessica My Photos.
Great, okay. I love this layout of images. It's a grid, it's great. And the offsetting is great. Only thing better with a little bit more light on your face, but very nice. And the colors are great. Nice choice here, picks up that. Fonts are staying nice. These are all of yours. We've got photos and graphics mixed in. So remember the feedback you got when you talked about your vision, my mission, our success story. I like that, but that's not a tagline. A tagline tells us what you do. Okay, somewhere. Okay, so I'm imagining you took this, right? Nice. If you took that, that's awesome. All right, why mess it up? If you want to mix some of your live stuff with your graphics, okay, so far, because the colors and everything are working okay. That doesn't work as well, but it's fine. It works with this and this, but we need to have this grid just right, okay? So that one's a little small for that situation. This is great. And I like this, Jessica, it wouldn't work on everything, but how you have it straight here, but you have cut it out. And that makes it interesting. It wouldn't necessarily float by itself, which is why you put a box around this. But I do like it now and then, like, here or here or here, here. So yeah, I like what you're doing, and you're pretty much staying consistent with your size and all of that. This is duplicated, but I'm going to let that go for the moment. So this gets just a little close here. It's not a big deal. Just want you to be aware of it. But it's looking good. I feel like this should go to your contact page because I saw it someplace else too. This should link to your project page. This should link to your, okay, that goes to your Instagram. That has a little more space here than this one does. I like how you changed the colors there. I'm not sure it'll always pick up, but I like it. Past work and portfolio, I don't know. I mean, they're really not a difference. Okay. And I'm going to let this space go, but think about it. Because so far you've got featured, portfolio, and past work. I think we can consolidate that. I think this needs to be called something else here. Okay. I see now why you have separated it from your portfolio work, but it's not exactly past work either, even though it's in the past. And you don't have to make it the past, probably. As long as you don't have dates on it, it could be evergreen, possibly. I haven't read them. And do you want to have to scroll this far down? Do you want that up here? Think about it. Nice image. I wish it were not so grainy. Looks like it's been blown up, but probably by the time you make this public, you'll have graduated unless you plan on launching it before then, and then that's fine. Just make sure you check that for spelling. All right, play around with, but terrific start. You've got some great work, so that's the hard part. So good job. All right, you did an excellent job on your style guide. This needs to be updated and not quite so deep because it doesn't look like you're using it. That's small, but it looks really great. I love this. Okay. You're saying you're a blogger, photographer. You will be a graduate very soon, so you don't have to say that you are pursuing a degree. You can say you're a graduate. Okay. These will need to go to yours, and I think you need to make them probably black. You guys have to check the Twitter and Facebook branding guides because there are only a few things you can do with them. You can do this, and you can put them like in black and in white, but this doesn't go with your aesthetic. So you want to work on that. This... Okay, it feels like it could be a little sharper in places, but, you know, it's got, I don't know if you're using a ring light or not, but it looks sharp enough in the eyes, but everything else is kind of fuzzy. But the colors are great. Okay, so this one is underlined, and this one isn't. Disable that for the moment. We don't keep placeholders. Instead of saying a school project, just say personal project to redesign existing logos or something, and do say Animal Kingdom. But here's the thing I want you to do, Chloe. Any of you who are graphic designers, make sure that you are signed up for the logo challenge, the daily logo challenge. And this is the site for the daily logo challenge, everybody. You definitely want this if you're a graphic designer. They will send you, it's very quick, and they will send you a prompt every day. And you will try and create a logo each day. And that practice is going to provide work for your professional site to promote you. All right? Really important. So that's what I want you to do, Chloe. Okay, nice. Always make sure you have plenty of space. Okay, let's just reword that. And your resume is going to be entered text, so it's searchable. All right? Do like that. Disable. Yeah. I would start with that rather than a remake. I would start with your original work. And like I said, you're going to like that daily logo challenge. Okay. You're really close. You're so close. Good job. Okay. Okay, here's the thing. As a student, you can get away with using the Nike logo, but you can't once you graduate. All right, so I do like a lot of what you have here that you've written. Pollution is okay, and ambition. Not sure about birthed. And all of this all has to go. All right. We've got templates here. So templates always, first thing you want to do is take care of that template. Anything that isn't yours has to go. All right. The site is looking great. The layout's going to be great. So can't wait to see where it's going to be next year. All right. And you'll have more work, and that will be awesome. Make sure you've got good, sharp images and the lighting and highlights in the right places. But everything is going to be awesome. All right, Keaton. Good. You tell us exactly what you are. A little cramped here. You can have a link there. But I like this. Nice. Always like seeing mock-ups used consistently. Nice. Okay. Take this off if there's not a case study. I know you want to be consistent, and that's important, but we don't want buttons that don't work. Either hurry and put something up there or disable it for now and leave room for it. I like what you've done. I do want to see a navigation somewhere. Is it over here? There it is. Double check and see if you're allowed to use outlines for these. It's in your assignment. You can download the brand guides, or you can just do a quick search. Okay. This is going a little different with your layout. This is taking me to your home page. So you want that to start here. Maybe a narrow, larger font here. I think you're going to want something that says portfolio before you go into this. And if you've got all caps here, then put all caps with the others. You are super close. Make sure that your buttons are aligned. And all these are aligned. And they look to be. Spacing the same throughout. Same number of lines is always good, but not essential. This isn't feeling centered because it's not centered to this. It may be centered to your page. I'm going to view this smaller so I can get a better idea of your layout. But you'll definitely want to check it on other browsers. Okay, so look at this. I want to make sure we don't have it overlapping. Next year, you guys will be responsible for your mobile. Anybody wants to start looking at that? All right. Very happy with where this is going. Okay, so I sent you a little bit of feedback about this. That is like the Miss Pac-Man, so we'll have to change your logo. And so change that. We don't want you to get in trouble. Make sure it goes to your Instagram, but your Instagram has to be all professional for that link, so you can create a perfectly professional one. This is media communications, is your degree. And you might want to pare this down to, you want to make sure you're telling them what you can do for them. Okay, so you guys, a little less about yourself and a lot more, or a little more, about what you can do for your client. Think about your target audience. What do they want to know? They want to know what you can do for them. Okay. You're going to need some contact info. I think probably something down there at the bottom, at least a copyright date. There, it's cut off. Otherwise, good, but these are going to, you want to make these go to a professional site only. This means that either the font isn't used here, isn't available, or something like that. So go in and change that so we don't have this cut paste look. Put some space here. I mean, your layout is good. Your layout is good. You're going to start creating more relevant content throughout as time goes by. And to make sure these are all the same. You won't need projects probably if they're something that, okay, your digital story, if it's something that you've done and the quality is good, you just take project off and give it a name. All right. Okay. Here we go. These things, you're going to put a little more front and center. Okay. Not so much because people will pay for this. That's marketable. That looks like something that could be marketed. But you want to be very careful. It has to be super high quality, get a catch light in the eye to what you really want to showcase are going to be some of your marketable things. And mock-ups are going to be a great way for you to show that, okay? It's laid out really great. You just need to change your name, change that logo, and you're going to work on some of your content. All right? All right. Okay. This is cutting off a little there. I'm not sure you want to do that. Some of these look like professional work more than others. This one doesn't look as professional. This one looks professional. Catch light in the eye. This doesn't look as professional. Almost. This one's pretty good, except for the dead leaves, and this is good. All right, so there's a couple that are good, but some don't just look like you're kind of filling, and that's understandable at this place where you are in your journey, but we want to make sure that you are, collecting high-end images for yourself. And sometimes that's just a few, and that's okay. Okay, that's a nice shot. You don't want to tell people your birthday. Okay, so you'll go through that good. You definitely want to see this will be searchable. This is upper lowercase, lowercase. You want to make those all the same. Okay, these are going to go to yours. You're going to have LinkedIn for sure. That's going to be professional. And you guys can create your resume on LinkedIn because it will organize it for you, and then you can, put that content onto your website. Okay, take this off. Disable the blog because there's nothing there. Okay, so really what I'm seeing are photos of you. I think they're of you, and the problem is I don't know who took them. Also, rename everything, guys. Rename your files. Okay, if it's something like a diary and you're subscribing to your blog, you'll either have to disable this, which may come off when you disable that, all right, until you have something, all right? But it's lovely, and it will be fine. It'll take a little streamlining. All right. Okay. Why don't you put this in white to match your work better? Let's distinguish these somehow besides this. Maybe it's, episode 1, episode 2, 3, something where we can really tell there's a difference, because when we first look at it, it's all the same. This will need a thumbnail. Nice. Okay. Nice. Good. This, we want everything to be the same size. All right. So that could maybe go down here. Great. Good job. Nice use of mock-ups. You might eventually find a font that's similar but different, a little less connected, a little easier to read. That is going to need a different color. Bring a little space down here, a little space. But good, those are all searchable. Fine, let's see. Okay. Your contact goes on the end. Okay, a little much scrolling. We don't need to scroll that much. All right, so this is a terrific start. Terrific start. I'm looking forward to seeing what you have next year. Okay, this font may be a little big here. And that border, yeah, I would eliminate that outline. These need to be higher contrast so we can read them. Okay. All right, so what we want to get into is your work. Okay, we want to make sure that the person has the user has the choice to turn audio on or not. Okay, so we always keep it off and let them turn it on. Okay, so this is going to have to be created in Illustrator. so it's nice and clean. And this is going to have to be higher contrast. But once you get some of those things worked out, this font, you want to use it throughout. Okay. We've got bold here. You want to be consistent. And a little smaller font. All right. Okay. So this is this would go on your about page. You could put a form here for them to send. But that would be an about page. So you're going to need an about page. All right. So just keep working on it. You've got some layout and contrast, font size, things like that to work on. All right. Good start. I feel like this is too bold. This might be okay, but I feel like this is bold. Make sure you're not introducing any color that's not in your style guide. Let's put a little space there. And probably left align and left align with this. Okay, you're going to need to put your images here. People will not download, generally speaking. Close that up. Good, but try and have an image where you're looking at the camera. Okay, so not much space at the bottom. Yeah, these will need to be the same size. That's a smaller text than this, so you want to change that. Even if it feels like it's more interesting, we need to. And when we go to about, you can make this a little deeper, bring this over to the right, make it a thinner font, and put an image here. You'll collect images, profile shots of yourself throughout the year, and hopefully you just want to get a really great professional one. If you have a peer who is a photographer, you want to, hit them up and give them some practice, and maybe you'll have a portfolio piece. Even a black and white would be great. Let's update this. Okay. All right. Yeah, check your branding and make sure your colors aren't getting too varied. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Great. Tagline. I can see exactly what you do. Nice logo. I can read this. Professional shot. You tell us exactly what you are. Okay, I know graphically these work, okay, and these are searchable, but I will tell you that there is a language that Adobe uses whether it's, proficient, expert, whatever it is, advanced, but 75% of that doesn't, we can assume that it's 70% of expert, but some hiring managers feel like this is vague, and the pie chart. Okay, it really depends. Some people think it's creative. It does look good, but keep it in mind. All right. All right, capitalize that if you're going to capitalize these. Try and get them all down to one line. It's getting cramped. One line, title and what you did. Okay. Okay, so this is useful when you put Adobe and all those things in there that people are going to search, all those skill sets, all right? Especially if you can show them something. I think you want to, I'm looking for navigation over here. Otherwise, it's going to have to be fixed, frozen like it is here on your first page, okay? All right. All right, so it's going to be, organizing, making some of the fonts similar, stuff like that, sizes and spacing and stuff, but okay, great start. All right, everybody, I really like what you've come up with. You have a year before you get to web design. And at that stage, you're going to be, culling some new work that you have. Maybe we'll get to have a Hall of Fame, who knows, with the way things are right now. But continue to create work that goes with your aesthetics. Okay, think about that when you're creating projects for your classes. How will you put that on your site, and will it match? Right, so when you're coming up with your ideas, make your style guide for your projects match your personal, professional style. All right? All right. It doesn't mean you can't change it somewhere, but right now let's do that. All right. Great job, everybody.